Alrighty, we are live. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goblins and ghouls, and space cadets of all ages. I am NATANIS Likens, and welcome back. We are currently logging in, and we got a base to work on. But I've also got some stuff that I want to experiment with. So we're gonna do some experimenting before we get back to building the base. First thing I want to experiment with is we got this large platform, but there's something that I have never done or even tried before in Empyrion, and I just want to see if it's even possible. So we're gonna fall on down here. We're gonna get something cooking up because I don't know if this is actually possible. It's an idea that I had stuck in my head. Alright, first I need to explain. We'll get this cooking. Okay, we're gonna have to go use this one real quick. So make that for me. Uh-huh. Let's turn that off. So as you just saw there, that is a base construction block or piece or something. And what I want to do, because I don't know if this is actually possible, I need a demonstration thing first. Yeah, because this is one of the things I want to mess with. We're not going to mess with it right now. It's just I want to mess with this if it's possible. So let's try to put this down. And as you can see, this is stuck to the grid of the base. And we can really only turn it a couple of directions. Like, I would assume that this is forward because those look like lights right there to me. And then that would be backwards, and then obviously we can make it face left or right. That's it. That's the only direction I can make it face. Now, I'm already seeing a problem here. Okay, so what I want to do is not possible. Okay. Yeah, alright. So, that answers that question. Another object is in the spawn. Okay, so I already know that that is not possible. But this can be... This can be part of a capital vessel. I'm wanting to, make a decoration piece. But the thing is, like I was trying to say, is we can only face this in so many directions. We can't have complex directions for that to face. Once we get building on it, we can't do that either. But if we use a capital vessel for the platform of this, then we can basically face it anywhere we want. Okay. That we're not going to do anything with that right this second, but that's one possibility with that thing. There's another thing I wanted to do. I should have done this already. Steel and titanium. And this is steel and sathium. We've still got a lot of sathium. but we could definitely use more. All right. So before we get any further with anything, there is a little subject matter we got to talk about. So CanFly8385 had asked me a question about fuel with your ships. And the question he asked was how... I wish I could pull it up. Actually, I should be able to pull it up right here on my phone. Let's go here and try not to click that. Where is your question at? Wrong question. I don't know why that question's not showing up. Yeah, okay, so I've got to go to the actual video, which was this one. Okay. Here's the actual question that he asked. How do you ensure that you have enough fuel for big ships? Okay. The way I answered this is kind of complex because I think what he's actually asking is, how do I know if I've got enough fuel to run the ship? And the answer to that is you don't, simply put. But the answer I gave him is kind of complex. So first and foremost, we can come here. I've only got the medium and the large one. So these are fuel tanks right here. And this is the medium one. You can see it listed right there. And this is the large one. So the fuel capacity on the medium ones is 8,000 fuel. Okay. And the large ones is 20,000. Ironically, these both cost the same amount of CPU. So why you wouldn't use the big ones in large ships, I don't know. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Anyway, so how do you ensure that you've got enough fuel to run your engines and everything aboard and your thrusters and everything? Well, honestly, that is just preference. So with the UNF good times here, and we're just going to run over here real quick. I can't really show exactly where it is. We're going to have to turn on God mode to demonstrate this. Okay, so we got God mode on, and this is specifically so we can fly through the block. So you can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a block missing here. Anyway, we got 4 medium fuel tanks in there, so we should have 4, 8, 24,000 fuel available to us. This isn't going to tell me exactly how much, but okay, it's more than that. So yeah, I did the math wrong there. Yeah, that's 16, 32. Yeah, 32,000. That 24 would be 3 mediums. So 4, we got a capacity of 32,000. So that's quite a bit of fuel, actually. That will last quite a while. Assuming that you do one of the things I suggested in order to prolong how much fuel you have, and that's turn the thrusters off, turn weapons off, turn lights off, turning the shield off too, because all of this drains power. And the whole reason for that is if we come to this screen here, statistics, you can look at power and fuel right here. And it'll tell you, like, you've got 2 generators on it. You're outputting however much power. In this case, we're outputting 20 kilowatts of power. We're using 359 watts. So we're using barely anything compared to how much we're outputting at the moment. And that's because we got all the stuff off that doesn't need to be on. Literally, the only thing that is on in this ship at the moment is the signals for, like, your, if you've got, like, switches or anything. So turn off God mode for a second. So we can still activate and, activate doors and everything so that we can get in and out of the ship. The actual doors like your normal doors, not like your hangar doors. Those will automatically open still. And then the oxygen will keep flowing too, so that our grow plot here doesn't, die. Because if you don't have oxygen in there, if it's depressurized, especially considering that we're on a dead planet, it will just kill these crops, and these crops will be dead. We don't have any of that there. We have to go over there. You've seen them. We've got dead crops in different places around this planet. So if you've been watching this for any amount of time, yeah, it will kill the crops. But what does that have to do with the fuel and everything? Like, how much can you put in there? Well, generally speaking, on a capital vessel, you can really run them off of a small fuel tank. Now, the thing about that is you will be refilling that small fuel tank quite often. And this is also assuming the fact that you don't have a whole lot of things going on with that ship. Like, you don't have big thrusters and everything. Like, a starter vessel is usually going to have small and medium thrusters. So you're not really using that much thrust with those. You are, like, capable of using quite a bit of thrust and everything, and capable of, like, using up fuel, but you're really not going to be using up that much. So really, you can get away with a small fuel tank. Again, you'll just be filling it up quite often. This particular one, this is why I actually ran in here. I was going to try and find the fuel tanks in this. This particular one is actually rocking a large fuel tank and a medium fuel tank. Yeah, that's what this has got going on right now. It's just a medium fuel tank and a large fuel tank. So that is plenty of, it'll hold plenty of fuel to last quite a while. And in fact, the generator in this is, you probably only need the one. We're probably going to expand this a little bit, and I'm going to put two of those generators, like, right here possibly. We'll see. But it does look like there's space for a really big generator. So that is also another thing, is like, how much energy are you using? Again, with a small vessel, really the large generators are not necessary. It's just if you want to have enough power for it. The UNF Good Times is actually rocking two small generators currently. Let's use God mode again, just so we can fly in and show this. So here's a basic. It's a small, okay? It's a small. This one's it's 1x2, okay? And then here's another one over here. And again, let's go back over here and show that this is you can see, like, these blocks here. This is a 3x1 generator. So this is a large. Ignore what it actually says. That one's a large. This is a small one, okay? But then the next step up from that is just absolutely astronomically huge in comparison. But yeah, again, with those, I mean, we don't exactly have a huge amount of fuel storage in there, but we don't really need it. As far as how do you keep fuel, well, there's two ways of doing that. First off, go and get Promethean. You can go get Promethean just about anywhere. Like, you can find Promethean. It's the main fuel source, so any given system's probably got it. So if you're running low on fuel and you need it desperately, go to a planet that has Promethean, okay? It's easy to make, and we'll use this constructor right here just to show this. There's a really good reason why I suggest just getting Promethean, okay? If you have it, you can make the normal fuel cells and the dual fuel cells. So either one of these is going to give you quite a bit of fuel. What the dual fuel cells are going to give you a lot more, so I would actually suggest making those if you can. The Promethean hydro cells is probably the best fuel in the game, but there's a problem, and it's in the name. Promethean hydro cells. You need hydrogen for those. And in order to get hydrogen, right here, let's you need to put down hydrogen extractors in water, and then you need to power those. So you got to put fuel in them. Yeah, don't bother unless you've got like a huge source of it. I wouldn't really bother with it too much. Or like spend some time on your home planet to set up a kind of network of those hydrogen extractors and go and place them down. Like we actually have some hydrogen extractors that we put down a few episodes ago, way out that way. We don't have a small enough ship available to go look at it. I should keep one of those. I should keep something over here as like a shuttlecraft. We'll just use you for just the hell of it. Because I actually haven't checked these since I put them here. But yeah, you can see we got hydrogen extractors there. We've got oxygen extractors, and then I went ahead and put down some water extractors too. So come down to this. And just come over here. Whoop, wrong one. You can see that this produced quite a bit of hydrogen actually. And this was full up with just the basic fuel cells. Let's go miscellaneous. So it was full of just the basic fuel cells. Now, in a pinch, you can put biodiesel into just about everything, and along with that, you can also do the bioethanol. And both of these give different values of fuel. These are like really weak in terms of producing, in terms of making fuel and filling up your fuel tanks. It's not really suggested because you need like a lot of those. Uh, yeah, you can do that, but I wouldn't suggest it. It's gonna eat up way more resources than is actually necessary for whatever it is you're doing. And as you can see, with just this little setup here, like I've got a ton of oxygen and a ton of hydro bottles. Excuse me, I was waiting on that to happen. And also same here with the water. This is producing more than enough water. For a single player, like probably 3 of these is all good. Oxygen is something that you'll probably need a lot more of because we don't have a really big oxygen storage. In fact, it doesn't even matter which one of these I go to. So we got the small oxygen tanks and the large oxygen tanks, which is the same as the medium fuel tanks. We don't have anything bigger with that. So most likely, you're probably going to go through oxygen a lot faster than you will fuel. So having that kind of setup on your starter planet is probably a really good thing. And that will, you can take that, and once you get the hydrogen cells, or you can just wait till you have the hydrogen cells unlocked. You can just use all of that to get everything, all the fuel you'll need. And then the last thing is have a backup source of fuel. And what I mean by that is we've got that over here. Sorry about the controls going everywhere. The mouse cable's stuck underneath the HDMI switcher. So let's go back over here. And you'll see in our fuel section here, okay, we got storage here, so definitely keep extra fuel cells in your ship somewhere. It doesn't really matter where, just keep them somewhere. But yeah, you'll probably go through oxygen a lot faster than you will fuel. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to bring these over. Actually, let's just grab all of these. Luckily, the plants, for whatever reason, don't die inside of a storage. I mean, if the base has no power or the ship has no power and you've got plants in storage, nothing's going to happen. They're just going to sit there in storage. It's so weird that they did that. Okay, let's bring these over here. And actually, yeah, here's the dead plants as briefly mentioned. And technically, we'll use this for... Okay, that I can't really even do anything with. We might as well just trash those. And then medical growth we needed. That's just herbal leaves. I think we already have something for herbs. Grain, fruit, berries. Which I think we need to plant. We gotta put that somewhere else. Yeah, we got aloe vera for herbal leaves. I'm not gonna grow that one. So let's just change these a little bit. So plant protein, this can probably go down there. This is grain, fruit, grain, spice, vegetable, natural stimulant, coffee. We can put that one down there, and those are the herbals. We're going to go ahead and get that growing. We'll take care of some of the other stuff in a second. Maybe I should work on the lighting in here. Yeah, let's just go back here with all this stuff. Oh wait, this is berries. And so the berries, I think we got growing back here. Yeah, right there. We don't really get any benefit out of my harvesting all this. How's our oxygen here? Our oxygen's fine. This base is barely using oxygen. Fuel, on the other hand, I mean, we do have. It's barely even using any energy. Yeah, see, we got 40,000 power in the batteries, and then it's probably in the daylight. It's probably charging like way more than necessary to fill up the capacitors. So that's probably not something to worry about whatsoever. But yeah, I hope that kind of answers the question a little bit better, and then you could see like me actually like talking about it and everything. So hopefully that makes a lot more sense to everybody, including Mr. Canfly or Mrs. Canfly. I have no idea which. I should have put the water over there. We could probably get a bunch of hydro cells going too. Oh, I didn't put any fuel into those when I left them. And also, fuel in those things is also, like, the different fuels will mean that it'll last longer, which means you'll get more resources out of them. Let's, is this done? This is done. Okay, I can't make those there. Let's just make... We can make quite a few of these, actually. Yeah, we have over 1,000. We can do that. We'll make 100 of those. It's going in the wrong inventory, but that's fine. And then we'll like go fill those up, and then after a while we'll go over there and check on them, and you'll see the difference in how long that is. Probably, maybe towards the end of the stream, we'll go check on that. But for now, we got to get back to work on the base. And one thing we probably should do, I'm going to worry about... No, we're going to go ahead and do it. We don't have... Yeah, we're going to make one of those. I don't think we have any. Yeah, so there we go. That's the CPU upgrade for this base. We're going to have a little problem when we go to move the CPU. I think that's fine. We'll leave that there for now. Yeah, we're only running 61,000 out of 80,000 CPU, so we're good for now. When we eventually make some changes, we're going to add more constructors. We're going to add a few more furnaces. That way they just power through all the resources that we bring back. It should go fairly quickly with those. And for now, oh yeah, I wanted to change this. Actually, let's get up top here. And while I'm thinking about it, oh, I wanted to do those inside windows too. Do the whole like double thick here as well. Because we got the front side having the double thick, so we might as well do it here too. I know that looks kind of funky from the inside, but it's just to match the front area. I mean, it's all about being pressurized in here, so. And we gotta go do the bottom as well. I forgot that I changed that. Unfortunately, because of certain things with the game, there are limitations for how we can do this. This does mean that if I try to put anything there, it's not going to line up against that. So one of the things I would like to do is put some furniture in here, but again, there are slight limitations with that. Okay, I think that's both of these floors done. I'm not going to worry about texturing right now. We need to get the base. We need to get it functional first. Okay, so now the thing is, what are we going to do about this? Do I have doors? Yeah, I do have doors on me. So how do we want this to look? I need to go about center on this. Yeah, okay, so right about here is center. So what do I want to do here? One of the things I can't do is do railings everywhere. So how do I want this to look? Because we got to do something with these. I feel like if we put a full block there, that's going to look awkward. So we can put one there. I feel like the rest of that should like lead over to this. So that's two away. So 1, 2, we'll go here. Okay, so 1, 2, here. This side's going to be a little bit more awkward. Because what I'm thinking about... So let's go there, which I believe was here. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is going to have to be different. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's just do this all the way across. At least for now. I'm not sure what to do about this, because then we got two different shapes that are going to be happening. This being a full block is fine. This, I want to change this slightly. That's... Okay, that is a little bit annoying. I gotta be honest, that's a little bit annoying. So, if I push this in like half a block, it would be there instead. We don't have that kind of shape. Yeah, I don't think there's a single thing I could do there unless I did... Like, I could do that and this. Now, I have a reason for that too, because in order to... I want to change these blocks out here. Yeah, we're gonna put rounded ones there. And I would like this to match up. So we'd have to go like one block further back. Okay, except for here, we can't do that there. Yeah, okay. Is that gonna be fine there? It is, okay. I was a little bit worried just then. I was like, oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. Actually, I got an idea with that. Because that does look awkward there. Where is... Doesn't matter which one of these. Actually... This is all about, you know, making it not look flat. I can't really do much about the upper levels, but this we can add some interest to by the way it's done. We could even put some lights down there on the bottom of that and just have it be a little bit more interesting to look at. Now, technically we could do the same thing here, but I still haven't, like, mentally come up with a plan for up here yet. We're still kind of messing around. Because this... That would have to be a full block there. I mean, I'm fine with it. It's not exactly what I was thinking, but... So, how is this going to be? Are we going to do a single, like, hallway? I was thinking I wanted to do it a little bit bigger. Are we going to have things here? Is this going to be formed? Because it's really odd that it's flat. And what I am thinking is... Maybe we have sentry guns here. I don't want to put actual sentry guns because I don't need them. So I may, yeah, so I do like the idea of having sentry guns there. Not for this particular base, but when I upload it for other people to use, I do like the idea of having sentry guns there. And you know what? We got sentry guns. We'll add them, and then we'll add like an ammo storage. And we'll worry about the rest of the details on that later. Because I think I've got, let's see, how many would that be? 6? Yeah, we can do 6 of those. I think. Oh yeah, we got 6 of those. 350 CPU apiece, yeah, we're good there. I don't have an elevator on that side yet. And there's no other way to get in this, so we just gotta go here. We ain't got a choice in that. Oh, that was weird. Visual glitch. It happens. Okay, let's put the doors away for now. Now, the problem with that is they're not going to be able to aim down, so I want this one. And then now we got to find our center point again to... Well, we ain't got to be perfectly centered. So, here, here. in there. And then, just because we don't need them, we're just going to turn off the turrets. That way they're not using power. We need to put some more oxygen in the space. we're running kind of low on oxygen. Okay, so we got the turrets in. Could we... Hmm. Hmm. Ah! Wrong button. And I did hear and see that we disconnected, but we're back now, so we're good. Okay, you know what? We got this funky thing going on here. Okay, this is at an angle there. We can't match that angle, so we're not even going to try. This is going to have to be slightly different. Uh-huh. I'm fine with that. And then... Yeah, okay. That's an interesting shape we got going on there. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. We'll work with this. It's a little bit weird, but I'm perfectly fine with that. Shoot. Okay, that's not one we need over here. Then that, and then grab this. Yeah, that's a very interesting hull shape. I like that. Oh, it does actually match. I thought it didn't match at first. That's not a shape we need. That one goes there, and then that goes there. A lot of shapes we need. Hard to remember which ones we do and do not need. Like, obviously I missed that one. Can you blame me though? This is, like, really confusing. Because we got a lot of angles that we're dealing with there. Okay, this is actually done. Okay, cool. We got some corrections to do here though. Oh no, we can't do this backside the exact same way. Our circular pillars would have to be different here. I wish I had like a half pillar. And what I mean by that is this is a quarter. I want a half. A half. Half. See, this is also a quarter. What I'm thinking about doing back here is like a quarter pillar, but then we got the central here, and we don't have a half size. And this is flat, so we can't do the same trick that we did on the front to produce a curve. We do have this shape, but it's not going to have the same effect because let's just demonstrate this real quick. See, it's actually indented. It's not sticking out. There's no shape I can use to make it look like that's sticking out of the wall. In all honesty, back here too, I want to do something different. We're not going to use the quarter, we're going to use this one. We're going to do it from here. Again, it's just to prevent it from looking flat. There you go. So now we got a little bit of a raised area there. We do have these bits for the windows, but I think that's going to be fine. It's hardly noticeable. I mean, it is noticeable. It's just you're not going to be like, oh my gosh, this is not flat against that. You're not going to see anything like that. So the other thing is, do we have anything we could possibly do with this? Yeah, I don't see any real possibilities for that. Yeah, so that's just gonna have to be like that. Yeah, that doesn't even match that. I don't think this does. Do we want to do that? Yeah, I want to do this. Because I'm thinking... Whoops. No, don't do that. I'm thinking like right there is probably where this is going to end. Does any of this need to be like super thick? I mean, it's wasted area. Remember, this is like an infinite world, so we don't really need that. I am going to do one thing here, though. Yeah, so... Oh, I completely forgot this section. Which... It's this one. Okay, so originally I wanted that to be there, but... I think that's fine. And then this, I'm still not really certain about. We're gonna lose our windows if I don't do something here. So let's take this out. And we'll say that our windows are gonna be there. And we'll do exactly the same thing that we did below. I'm not really sure how tall I want this to be either. The problem here is kind of the same as we got over there. We don't have a block that's actually going to work for this. So if I put this here, I don't think there's anything we can put here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do about that. But But, can I... Okay, I'm not sure how tall I want this to be either. Let's put our glass back. Because I'm not actually through here. We're gonna do a little bit more. Let's see. This is the whole reason I was trying to keep myself centered. Okay, but it's not gonna work. Alright, so we're just going to make up a spot and just say there. So do I have more doors on me? I do. I don't think I can't do that. I don't think there's anything below. Okay, no, but this isn't centered at all. Hang on. So the doors are centered on that spot. So let's try here. Whoops. Yeah, we could have a central thing like right here. We'll have to worry about that later. Because I don't have enough elevator blocks on me right this second. Let's just do this. What I'm thinking is we do 3 up here again. Right. Alright. I can't really see what I'm doing right this second. I feel like we're going to do the same thing we did downstairs here, only a little bit bigger. So 2 there. We'll clean that up in a minute. And then let's get our curve piece and put it there. And there. Gotta get our flat piece out. This doesn't really matter which way I turn it. Okay. Now, Boom. Boom. Well, actually, I do need it there. I hope that didn't just place off in a random place. I think it did. I hope it didn't, but I think it's somewhere off in the distance. Okay, so now that should all be there. I wish we could actually stain the glass. I mean, you sort of can, but you also can't at the same time. And what I mean by that is if you go and you mess with the LCDs and everything, I'm sure you could probably, like, keep this on this side so that you got the clear side there and dye it with the LCD work. But the LCD stuff I'm not very good with. All right. So moving on from there, we need to figure out what the interior of this is gonna, like the shape of it. And what I was thinking, here, let's just grab this. So those two are gonna be there, and then we're gonna have two here. Are you serious right now? That was not planned. That lined up perfectly with what I was thinking. That wasn't planned at all. That was just a random thought, and then I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, this is actually like perfectly aligned for what I'm thinking. Look at this. That is beautifully exactly what I was thinking just now. Just have the smooth transition all the way around. Yeah, see, I knew it was somewhere. Actually, there's two of them. That is bizarre that worked out so perfectly. I mean, yeah, we got a space there, but I wanted the space there. I wanted to have like a 1 block gap there. And then this just works perfectly up to this door. Like, wait, what? Like, that was not planned whatsoever. Okay, this matching up is still something I got to think about, because I was going to have a walkway out here, but I don't really see a way to have a walkway. The same goes for over here, which is why we've changed this to that. So I still want to be able to walk up here, because this is technically the front of the building. Whoops. Okay, I didn't do all of this over here for some weird reason. What I'm thinking is we probably could add another door, like right here on both sides. And that's where you would walk through. And then have another door, like somewhere here. Probably right there. Yeah, okay, hang on. We're gonna experiment. So, it's gotta be one of the sealed doors, because we are on a dead planet. Okay, that would be awkward. So if it isn't there, so these are the two options we got, like right here. We can put it there, but that makes it awkward for this block here. And I'm not really sure how to go about that. So, you know, maybe we don't have a walkway there at all. We are gonna bring this up a level, and then I'm not really sure, because that's got to go away. Did I do the same thing here? Yeah, I did. Okay, so full block there and there. Like maybe we can put a railing up there, and there's just no way to get there. It's just like a detail thing. Yeah. Maybe we treat that as just a detail piece. Okay. So we gotta have oxygen in this chamber. Okay, I do have them on me. Now, I'm not sure how to go about that. Because we got this over here, which we're gonna have to do a certain thing with. I don't like how that works out. Okay, hang on, because we gotta pick certain ones here. That's probably a little bit too tall. I was thinking something more like this. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. But that does limit us there, because that block's taking up that space. Okay. Hold that thought. Again, the whole purpose of using blocks like that is just for detail and interest. So we're not looking at something that's completely flat. And then let's go here, 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 here. Okay, that's cool. And then we can put railings there. One of the things I was thinking about doing is using the round railings to have this kind of like looping thing, but I was like, I want to have this like interesting like topper here. So yeah, we're gonna do that. As far as the rest of this though, I'm really not sure. We gotta sleep on that. Let's go over here and work a little bit, because this is the wrong block. I don't know what I was thinking with that. We needed this one. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. So what are... Okay, so this has got to transition somehow. And right now, it's just a flat wall. We can take this up a little bit higher. Okay, so if this is the roof, that's the roof line for this layer. All right. Wrong block. Give me this. I'm still not sure what we're gonna do for the shape there. So maybe we just take this up. All right, so now that we got this, probably what we need to do here, give me this block, is that, and then let's go here. So we got the problem here, is that that's not going to go very far. Okay. Boom. That'll solve that issue. Okay, so now that should all be perfectly fine. I'm not seeing any structural issues. I am seeing a slight issue here, but I think we're good. Yeah, okay. Okay. No structural issues. Okay. We do have some spots there, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that right this second. Is this gonna go? Okay. We gotta get more there, but... Yeah, okay. And then these sections, we still gotta figure out how we're gonna shape those. So we got weird things like right here, where we got a shape that we can't really do a whole lot with, overhanging a window. I'm not sure if I want to fill that in so there is no ridge, or keep the ridge because it adds kind of an odd little interesting thing there. Like, the other thing I could do is we do have a pillar that will fit perfectly in between there, but it's a little bit thick. I would want a smaller one. I could do the smaller one, but then, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. As far as the rest of this, we got to figure out, like, how are we going to fill this in? So spots like here, we're just going to have to fill in with blocks. Honestly, I would probably prefer to fill this in with something lighter, like have a fluff material in there so it's not so heavy. But at the same time, like, we got like a big structure here, so... Okay, we got this spot here. I'm not really happy with this. I wonder, can we do something weird here? So, which one of these do we want to use? We could do this. Actually, let's hold off on that. I am gonna leave those blocks out though. This side doesn't have that. We haven't finished this side. So it's those two blocks right there. Oops. Okay, great. So all this is now filled in. So the question is, what do we want to do with this? Now, one of the things I was just thinking is, like, we could raise this little bit here up till it's up to this level, or I can take this guy and we can do this on this side here. However, when we get to here, like, I want to do something here because, you know, I don't know what I want to do here. I do want to do something. But I think the first thing we need to do is try to finalize, like, exactly how this is all connected, because if I do like a full block here, I feel like that's just going to look odd. You know what? We're just going to do a full block there. So, right here, full block. Because we got like a flat spot there. I don't want to do anything really weird. How much of this can we get away with doing? What piece would we need for that? Hang on. We need to experiment a little bit here. So if I do this, what piece fits there? No. No. It's probably one of those? Where's that at? Okay, it would be this one. Okay, hang on. So where would this need to be? We go here, 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 and there. Okay. Okay. I don't like this because that means that that block's going to be hanging off. Well, wait, hang on. So if we put that there, it would still need to be this. Because I don't think there's any other block we could put there. Well, no, not necessarily. We could do that. Okay. So, basically we would take this one, put that there instead. There's no shape that's going to fit that, but then we got this. And hang on, we got to find the matching block here. That one? No. This one? Yes. Okay. So it's that. And then this spot. It's probably going to be the funky one. Where's that at? That? I mean, I'm not against it. And then this would actually be there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that. I am not against this. Okay, it would have to be the other one. It'd have to be that one. And then we need this. And then from there, we need this one. That does change everything as far as what I wanted to do here. So, hang on. Alright, so if we're doing this, Hmm. Hmm. That does complicate things a little bit right there. Ooh. Yeah, that really complicates that. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. So if I remove that block, we still got to deal with this shape here. And I don't think there's any other shape that we can really use for that, and then have something transition here. Another possibility as far as like what we do for this wall here is we go there on all this, and then we do this number. So it's indented. We do have a problem back here, but we'll get to that when we figure out what we're doing here. So I could do like this all the way across, again, just giving it a little bit of interest in, as far as the slants there. We could raise this up another block too. And then this is where like we could do that. We gotta find something that fits here though. The only other block that I'm thinking could work there is this one. Because that'll fit here. But we still got like a little dip right there before it flattens out. And plus it changes the angle that we've got going on here. We do have that block there, but that's another like weird spot where we don't have very much that will actually match it. I don't know. Because I'm not a big fan of that. Like, okay, that would be going the wrong way. We'd have to do like that or something, like right across there. But the problem is that this, we wouldn't be able to do that there. And if this has this shape here along with the thinner one there, like this set, let's just go ahead and. So now you've got like this little spot here with nothing there, and then this is flat. I mean, we could do this, but then again, you've got like a ridge here that I don't want and I don't like. I'd much rather have the open area there than anything. So the question is, how do we merge these two spots together? Do we need to merge them? Well, this would actually... What if... Okay. I don't think this is actually going to work because there is an issue that I just thought about. So we do these shapes here. Yeah, okay, so that would put us against there. If I did this, that would put that tiny one there. Okay, hang on. What if... We got that there. We could do 2 there, and then this would be full blocks back here. And... Up. Well, we're back to that same problem. Okay, so how do we go from that shape to the full block? So there is... Hang on. Let's, where are those at? We do have some weird shapes that we could possibly do, like that. Like we could go here. Let's try this real quick. That is going to give us a weird dip right there, but it's also going to allow me to, you know, why are we even bothering with this? Okay, so let's not even do this shape. The main reason I wanted to do that shape is because of this, but that's clearly not going to work. Okay, let's get rid of all this. So I guess maybe we should just do... Well, we don't have a shape that's going to fit there. So if we do that there... Oh, it's the wrong one. Whoops. I thought something was lining up weird. It's the wrong dang block. That one? Okay, now we got it. Yeah, I guess it's just gonna have to be that. Which is not even the same as out there. So, it's fine. That is a very awkward, like, transition there, but it's fine. Now, for this part... Okay, that's not what I want. Oh, you know what? So, we're gonna do this. Yeah, just the full one right there. What I'm thinking is we go with that as a capstone to it. And then we can put a radar antenna there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm liking this a lot more. I do want to change this. Because if we got this angled, I mean, it's already overlapping. I feel like we should use... let's just try this real quick. Like, we could even change that just a little bit further too. Yeah, let's because we do have that window right there. Just to give it just a little bit of interest. Yeah, there we go. The whole backside's gonna be coming in a little bit, but that's perfectly fine because this next layer is gonna be like out that way further. So it's gonna be kind of like the control tower at an airport, is what I'm envisioning here. Okay, so now we got to like repeat a lot of things over here. So we got that guy there, and then this block goes here, and this goes here. This is also far simpler than what I originally had going on here. And this one, I guess we could just be a little bit different and have that be there. Yeah, it's gonna have like a weird gap there. I wonder if we should... Should we just bring that up, or... Yeah, the front side's gonna be slightly different. Unless I, like, did that there. Maybe... Sorry, this is just... It's bugging me that the symmetry doesn't exactly match up. So yeah, that would be the same there, but we got this little gap here that I'm not really sure what to do with. Yeah, I guess the front side would have to be a little bit different. Alright. Okay, we lost connection, then we reconnected. Okay. So yeah, that's got to be there. This has got to be here. And then what did we do? We did something slightly different over here. So this has got a... So I did have that. So I did have that. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, this is... Okay, this is... Is that what I got going on here? No, this is flush with that. Symmetry is important. Without symmetry, it's just going to look wrong. As far as this is concerned, my only idea is to do that. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that one too much. I don't have any ideas for that little spot right there. So we're just going to do that, and then we're going to do that. All right. That's really cool. We got that going. So we got our sentry guns there, which are not actually usable here. Uh-oh. I guess that's a good way to spot if all the glass is facing the right way. And that whole section was not. I somehow skipped both of the outer sets right there for some reason. Okay, cool. We still need to get the railings and put it here. As far as like having anything here, I think we're just gonna have to deal with that shape that we got there. Oops. So I guess that will work on both sides. Yeah, that's how we'll do that. Then we can put some antenna up there. Let's go ahead and go grab that. At some point we gotta move this stuff so we can build that tower. But for now, I'm not really gonna worry about it. We also need to get more elevator blocks. We lost connection. Hang on. Okay, it looks like the connection is back already. We want 3 of those because I don't feel like having a whole bunch of those on my inventory at the moment. I don't see... Do we not have any more elevator blocks? Did I use all of my elevator blocks? I think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have any more. I'm not really sure how many I need. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to grab right this second. We're gonna need this stuff later. I gotta figure out exactly how I want the control tower to look, because it is going to be kind of a weird angle thing, because we got the main structure there at kind of a 45-degree angle. It is going to have to be like different as far as like how we go about doing that. Can we make elevator? Yeah, we can. I'm not really sure how many. Let's just do 20 because we'll probably use them. We got the... Actually, let's make 40 because we got the whole towers to do. But I'm not sure how many we need for each tower. Actually, how many that's going there? How many capacitors do we have? Three. Do I want the capacitors to be in a particular spot? That is the main question now. I don't know that I do or do not. Standard use across settled space until UCH models became available on the galactic market, that while more CPU intense, were less energy intensive. Okay, so energy in is 3 kilowatts. This is a large constructor. Yeah, so it's got half the cost of the CPU for double the energy consumption. But I don't want large as I want advanced. Ooh, that's a lot. I'm not really sure how many I want. We do have... Okay, so that's this one. This goes here. Here. I apparently destroyed the base ones. Okay, we got this made. We need to go up and do that real quick because I know that's not producing anything. So what I want to do is we're going to take all three of these. And we're going to go fill those up, and then I'm not going to worry about it for like forever. We're going to do this with just the oxygen extractors, just to demonstrate the difference in fuel and like how much you get depending on what fuel you use. So let's just fly on over here. Go do this real quick. I'm not going to use any biofuel for this because you'll get the idea. Because I did say we were going to do this and then check on it tonight. Okay, so this one, we're going to put the Prometheans. This one, we're going to put the dual fuel cells. And then the rest of these are going to get the small fuel cells. But then tonight we will, once we are done with the stream, we will go and check those. Which isn't that far away, it's only an hour. Good grief, time flies. It's going to be right back to work tomorrow. Okay. So when we go back to check those, you will see that the amount of fuel it uses and how much you actually get out of it are two completely different things. Like, extremely different. Okay, so one thing I do need to do, assuming we got the stuff for it. Where is it? Yeah, we need to make a universal constructor. So basically that gives us access to pretty much anything in the game. And I only need to make one of those. We don't need a whole bunch of them. We got 3 advanced right now. And one of the things about your base is you don't really need all this stuff on, so your CPU and your generators are fine so long as none of these are actually running. It shouldn't cause any kind of problem. Shouldn't. I am going to go ahead. We're going to take this because I'm pretty sure that that's really big. And Oh, hell, we're just gonna take all these. I'm not gonna do the deconstructors just yet. Alright, sorry, the furnaces. Oh, you know what? Let's not do this yet. Because we haven't decorated anything in this. We need to do a lot of decorating, so... Yeah, give me one of those. That'll be interesting up there. Yeah. Oh, we were waiting on... Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't know what we're gonna do up here. Hang on, we got glass. We don't have that just yet, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Okay, so we're up here. What I wanted to do next was get these out. I think these should actually be the same. Yeah, so we'll do one. Yeah, we'll do one on each one. Just the exact same antenna piece. No crazy making things different at the moment. Okay, so now we need to make the flight deck, or the control tower, because again, this is going to be like a port. So all that's going to be a port, and this is going to be the control tower. So the first question is, how high do we want it? Okay, let's I need more blocks. Okay, where's... So... Yeah, okay. So I was just thinking, let's do like the rest of it and make this upper portion 3 blocks tall, and then have the top of it. So we don't have enough elevator blocks at the moment. So how do I want to do this? And then I've got to move. Okay, we don't have enough blocks. Oh yeah, we need some more blocks. Okay, you're finally done with that. Yeah, let's just... do 3. We'll let that go for a minute. Where are those at? That should be done now. Yep, it is. Oh, there's this. I was looking for that. Because we got this. So we got 2 of those. We could actually get this core. We could jump this up to core 5 almost immediately. I haven't built the core room, and we're not like ready for that because it's going to take a few changes. That's going to cause us to lose power. I don't want our plants dying, so I'm going to take those up. And this isn't the end of the base. Like, we've still got more that I want to do with this. Okay, where is there? Okay, cool. Do we still have... We do. Before I do that... Okay, perfect. And now that'll allow us to go up and down. Almost. We've got... Okay, we do have glass there. We gotta finish this part. And that'll put us up here. Okay. So... Oh, we do have more blocks. I don't know why I jumped down from here. This is literally where we're going to be working. Okay, let's do... Actually, no. Let's we got this whole rounded thing going on. Whoops, I didn't mean to do what I did up there. Three. This one can go away. Because this is where... Okay. So, what kind of shape do we want this to be, and how far can we get away with going? Like, I actually don't want to go past here. Okay, the only thing about this is any kind of computer equipment we put in here is going to be either facing that way or it's going to be facing that way. We're not going to be able to face it this way. So that is kind of annoying. And I'm thinking like right there is probably fine. So let's is that really where I want it? Yeah. Okay, that's not going to be what I want. So this isn't going to be in the direction I want it to be. Okay. That's perfectly fine. Let's get this out. So we do have this. Yeah, there's nothing that goes across the block, so it's gonna have to be this way. Okay. Now the question is, do I want those corners to be glass, or do I want them to be... Dadgummit, quit doing that. So the thing we could do is this. Hmm. Okay. What? Yeah, that's too flat. Let's grab that shape again. This one. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So now let's do this one. Yeah, there we go. It sounds like it might be time for me to get my dog. Yep, definitely time to get my dog. So give me 1 second. gonna speak? You gonna speak? Bark. Ruff. Ruff. He's a good boy. Yeah, he is. He's a good dog. Hey, good night. Did you push my keyboard off? He pushed my keyboard off the bed. Okay. So we got that going on. All right. You got a clear view all the way around. I wish this block was just slightly indented a little more, because it doesn't match up with that perfectly. Okay, cool. Now you can kind of see out. I put what shapes can I match up with that on that angle? Do we even have anything? Because I don't think we do. Yeah, I don't think there's a single thing I can do that's gonna work with that. Yeah, we're losing. Okay, welcome back. It's that time of night. It's starting to disconnect randomly. It's actually not even that late. So what I'm thinking here is that this is the wrong block. That's what I'm thinking. Well, that sure looked like the right one. I don't even see the one I'm looking for. Should I put the radar up here or the big dome looking one? I want to put the big dome one up here. Yeah. Yeah, I want to put the big dome one looking up here. Can we... I don't think I've ever used... Does that match up? Let's, Actually, I think the radar is... How big is the radar? It's big. So we really need to cover all of those blocks. Again, I really wish we had like a half block thing. The best I can come up with. We're gonna... Okay, so this, we're not gonna be able to face it the way I would like, but... We're gonna do that, and then... that. Yeah, and that's gonna be our tower. It looks a little small. I don't know, maybe that's fine. Okay. Next order of business. Okay, we got that going on. I don't think there's any kind of detail thing I want to do up here. Although I do want to... I do want to add some details, but we don't have the blocks at the moment to do that, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Let's, I was thinking about adding these. I don't know what good that would do. Yeah, let's not even worry about it. We got these cool doorway blocks here too, but we don't have anything to like a lot of times what you'll see people do is take these and put them this way across the ship to make some interesting like details on it. But we don't have anything to merge these together if we give them a gap. There's no like piece that fits that. So you go here and we got these, but it's not on the same plane. See, it's on the wrong plane. Even if I turn these, it's like that. So we got nothing that actually goes with these. I think they look better as like detail blocks than they do door frames. Because the doors, because of the way the game works, you can only have those on one side. So it's kind of an awkward block that I don't see many people using for its intended purpose. In fact, I've never seen anybody use that for its intended purpose. I was thinking we could do something there with these, but no, actually we can't. That would be something interesting. That would add an extra bit of detail. But it's not going to be connecting to anything. It's just going to be kind of floating off the side there. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna worry about that. I guess in the next order of business, so this whole thing is not pressurized, and I know exactly why it's not pressurized. It's because of these. I thought I put pressure doors there. Clearly I didn't. That's gonna just straight up lead to the outside, so yeah, of course this isn't gonna be pressurized. We do have pressurized doors here. Those are airtight. Did I not? That's blowing. Hmm. See, this is fine. Hmm. Hmm. What about the front doors? Which doors did I put there? See, that's all fine. Which doors did I put here? No, okay, so this is fine. This is not fine. Okay, so we got this here. That is not a... Well, this is wrong. Yeah, this is the wrong door. It's supposed to be this. Okay, it's still not. Okay, yeah, this one's the wrong one too. Okay, so in here is oxygenated. All of this is oxygenated. Okay, cool. This is all good now as far as oxygen. Yeah, because they're all non, because all of these inner doors are non-sealing, we're all good there. It doesn't matter how many of these we have around. I just put those around just so we get the illusion that there is oxygen being flown or flowing through the place. Actually, do we have a rounded one? We do. Because that just, I guess it's fine like that. I think it would look better. So you get the idea that those are fans. Well, I guess these could be hollow here, and it's, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is pretty good. So up here, and then this should also be, yeah, okay, it is. We're not gonna have much space here for decorations. We got like, yeah, we we don't have a lot of space. So we got this block here. Let's just we got that block, this block, that block, this block, this block, that one, this one that we can decorate. That's it. That's the only places we can put any kind of computer equipment. I didn't even put proper doors up there, but I don't see a reason to have proper doors there. Okay, yeah, we're good on the oxygen here. None of this is to worry about. So far, this is looking like pretty cool. Like this is looking amazing. Okay, I didn't bring the railings with me. You wouldn't be able to get up there anyway, but I think having railings there would be really, really cool looking. I'm thinking too with that, we should probably put the metal ones. Do we have... I could have sworn we did have them. I don't see them. We can lose connection. Let's do 50 of those. Why not? No, that needs to be there. know what we actually need that for. We'll move you down here. That shouldn't be there. Radiation shielding? I don't think that should be there. This definitely shouldn't be there. I actually don't know where the tungsten would be compared to some of these others. Carbon should be higher. We clearly don't have... We're just going to swap that and move these all down. And we got a lot of neodymium. So aluminum can move down, magnesium can move down, cobalt can go there, plastic, aluminum, I don't really know where to put the aluminum. This is a super rare item. These I don't know where to go. These, that's probably rarer than the rest of that. So we got next to no crushed stone at the moment. Oh gosh, there's more stuff down here. That's platinum and palladium. Those can really stay down there. This should be like much higher up. Platinum plates, yeah, this should be up higher. Don't know why that's two separate things. Energy regular should be higher, that should be higher. This and the salt, I don't really know what that's used for. That I don't know either. And the carpus. These are rare resources. Oh. Oh. Okay, it says we're connected. It looks like we're still going. It keeps disconnecting, so I'm not really surprised by that. Dang it. Boom. We're up here. Should we put a way to get up on top here? I don't think we need to. That doesn't seem like a good idea. So let's I want to get this, because this thing is actually pretty dang big. Actually, let's do 2 of these, one on each side. Why not? Yeah, yeah, that's starting to look like a spaceport. That's really looking great, actually. No, was after this one. Yeah, let's just do that there and that one there. I don't think we need to put one there. So we'll do deep space one there. A signal repeater there. Is that where I actually put that? No, I didn't. I put it there. And then that's it. Well, that'll be like slight differences there where we got like a couple of different ones. So that it's not all like symmetry. Even though we're building on like a 45-degree angle. And then... Oh, those are still making. Can we use anything of these on the outside? I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't see any of this being useful on the outside except for these capacitors. This is the old pentaxid tank. They removed this for the new one. I don't know if that's vanilla or if that's just Reforged Eden, but that's the old model for that. Yeah, I don't think any of these are going to be particularly useful. And then the others, I don't think we have any. Okay, so this we're done with because we're not putting any of those on the inside. Okay, there's a few bits and bobs here maybe we can put on the outside. You know what? I don't really think those are going to look very good. So we got tech equipment and externals. What else can we put away? We can put this away. Let's just put it there. I think we're done with the glass. I'm gonna put those next to the glass. That needs to go somewhere else entirely. Doors, we're technically not done with the doors. We got a long way to go. We still got to do all 3 towers, which is not going to be a whole lot of anything. Okay, you're still going. Yeah, this is the console one I was thinking of. Let's just make 10 of those, because I don't have any of them. Or at least I don't think I have any of them. I don't know about the PDA thing. Let's just do one of these. And one of the tables. And one of these. particle effects I don't really care about. These don't care about. We got tons of furniture, don't care about that. I would make some of these, but I don't really know how you get all the variants. Because that says Howler, Hunter, Speeder. I don't know how you get those. Because as far as I know, you make that and that's it. So I don't know how you get any of the other speeders. We do have the trash, but I don't want to do anything with trash. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about any of this. We got plenty of furniture. I need to go through and like decorate before we do anything. We're probably gonna, I don't know where we're gonna move the medical because I want medical to be quick access. Regardless of where you're at, if you're here on a dead planet, you won't need it. Mostly your medical stuff, you're probably more than likely gonna want it on your ship. The cloning chamber, though, that's something we do need to. You know what? There's 5 of those and 1 cloning chamber. I also I have plans for doing like a barracks in a different location. We're not going to do it exactly where it's currently sitting at. Oh, we do have some of these. Okay. We got tons of those actually. Let's. It already made all those. Yeah. Oh well. We're too late. We didn't need to make those. I don't think this has got any shapes that are going to be useful to us on a base. I think the only thing that is it's a turbine, like an intake for a jet engine. It's not literally one, but it looks a lot like one. I know Artemis Rogue uses those a lot. Okay, that's done. Yeah, see, we're still good on CPU for now. Okay. First off, let's look at this one. Okay, so it's got a couple of different tables. The last time I saw this thing, they only had like 1 or 2. I think this one here is the one I remember seeing, and then the square one. But now you've got kind of an octagon shape. You got that. It's an interesting one. Okay, that's really just basic. Okay, if I did any of these in the tower, it'd probably be that one. Okay. Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. There's all sorts of things here. Okay, that's too wide. I think the only one we'd be able to use up there is that one. None of these others come with tables and chairs. This one does. And these two look so different. Okay, this is the upgrade terminal, but it's the decorative version, so we can use that. I think we're just going to use this one in 2 places, and then we're going to use something else there. And then, I don't know what from there. Oh, yeah, doors are here. Yeah. We got this one. No, let's go with... We'll go with that one. Oh, you can't actually interact with that chair. That's dumb. See, the rest of these... Yeah, that's too big. Okay, we can put that one there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do anything else. And we can put this, but I don't feel like this is going to match up with those. And I can't sit in that. Okay, I guess that's fine because, yeah, that'll work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And here... Okay, this is like not a flat wall anywhere, so we got here and this. We're just gonna put one on each side, and it'd be like we got a vending machine right here. I don't think we need to do anything else. We don't have any kind of flat areas. Yeah, okay, that's not flat. None of that is flat, so we can't attach that to it. Yeah, okay, there's nothing we can do there unless we hang that stuff from the ceiling. Yeah, that's way too high up. I'm not even gonna worry about that. Okay. Yeah, okay. These, nothing. This, I'm not expecting anything good. Oh. I've seen that. I know what this is. This is that glowy bit. Yeah. Artemis has these all over his stuff. That is a gorgeous item. Oh my gosh. That is really cool. I saw the turbines. Oh, yeah, those things are way too big. And then we got these. Ooh, gosh. Yeah, that's absolutely massive. Yeah, it looks kind of like a turbine for a jet engine. Okay, that we don't really need. This I'm expecting to be like different. Like somebody dropped their PDAs and things. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Because that could be leaning up against the wall. If I put that there, it's like somebody left it. Okay, that's actually cool. Okay. I'm thinking this area here, um, this should be like a break area. Yeah, why not? No, over here. Yeah, this whole area should be like break area and like relaxing, like you're on your lunch break or something. Let's do that one again. Let's give a little bit of separation there. Yeah, so there's like definitely plenty of places to come in here and just sit down. We're not going to do any here. Yeah, this is like a hangout area. I don't know what to put here, though. This kind of feels void. I don't know. If this is a hangout area. Um, hmm. Yeah, we could say that that's like more vending machines right there. Just a different item there that looks like it could have food in it potentially. just add little pieces here and there. I mean, it doesn't look like it would have food. That looks more like it would have like paperwork and such, but I don't see anything that would actually be a better choice. So and the only other thing is I'm seeing the bathrooms and I'm like, there should be bathrooms here somewhere. But I don't really know where we would put bathrooms. Like I was thinking about doing it here. We'd have to knock out this and change it completely to accommodate for bathrooms. I really don't know where we would put bathrooms if somebody really needed it. Like, where would the bathrooms actually be at here? Because if you're down there, like, maybe it's on the ground floor. I mean, this is where I plan on putting constructors and things, so I don't know that I would have the bathrooms be down here. That'd be an awful long way to go from up top for the bathroom. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one because I don't know where I would put that. Yeah, I don't know. No idea on that one. You're definitely not going to have a bathroom up there, that's for sure. There's not enough space. Here, I'm not entirely sure where you would put bathrooms at. Like, what would be the most logical choice here? Because I'd also want it to be, like, male and female. See, I couldn't do a proper wall there. Okay, that's way bigger than I was thinking. So what I could do is there. Don't see why that couldn't be a full block there. Okay, so we're taking up one of the spots that I wanted to put constructors. Hmm. I do like this layout, though. I put up the doors. Why did I put up the doors? Oh, okay, so this would... Yeah, okay. I don't have... And plus you're blocking this window, like, no, no, no. Dang it. Oh, look. I don't know why those are there. Like, maybe we replace one of the pillars. Like, look at this. This looks awesome. And we haven't even started texturing it yet. It looks so good. I mean, yeah, what if we did like replace this pillar right here? So we do that there. We got wall, wall, and then this would be here. So the entrance would be like Yeah, the entrance would be there, so this would be here and here. Okay, we're still gonna end up blocking an area, but we got this whole wall here, so that should be fine because that's... Okay. So we got the kitchen there. I mean, not the kitchen, but the bathroom there. Okay, so we put the door there, we can put a ventilator there, and then... Oops. No. Okay. Slight change. There, that's better. We only have one sink there, though. I wish we had, like, two sinks that were a little bit bigger. It's fine. I mean, this is what we have to work with as far as the game. Okay, yeah. I don't have the doors on me. So, this corner wall is literally next to that. So, here, is it there? Yes, but not that close. It's that one. Where did we put the door? I'm getting lost in my own construction. Okay. So the door is literally behind that. Oh my god. So it's here. So 1, 2. And then this is gonna be the kitchen. That's there. Modern bathroom. There and there. That goes there. The only thing is I don't think we can do anything about that texture. So we're going to have to do that on this side, and then there, and there. Yeah, okay. I don't have any doors on me, and I put away the ventilators. Shouldn't matter. Okay, so this is literally behind here. We go in, left is that, and then back here and those. So we go over here, it should be exact opposite. It should be to the right. So we go in here, that's there, this is on the right. Okay, cool. And now, first off, because this is a bathroom, we're gonna go with that and this. Nope. Yeah. No, let's not do the inner wall of that texture. Let's just go with something plain and boring in here. Actually, that needs to be slightly different, but... I'm not sure about the ceiling. Let's just do that anyway. Yeah, it'll work for lighting. We'll put some actual lights in here at some point. Okay, and then we wanted this. Okay, cool. That is the bathrooms. And I don't think we can do much to distinguish male from female here. Not without doing colors. Because we don't really have a whole lot of symbols to work with. Yeah, I don't see any way around that. The most we could do is like market boy, girl, male, female, by using like F and G and B and M. Female, girl, male, boy. I don't see any other way around that. Yeah, we do need to get our doors in here. I don't have any doors, so it's kind of a weird place to put the bathrooms, but I couldn't think of anywhere else. It's like the best possible spot is down here because we got enough open area to like do that. Because I made this like balcony section here, we can't really do it up there. And because we put all this furniture for like a break room area, well, it isn't gonna work like that. And plus, if you're down here working, more than likely this is where you're gonna end up needing to go to the restroom. Like that's one thing I never understood with any business. Like if you're like on break and you're drinking fluids and everything, you're not gonna want to pee while you're on break. You're not gonna want to use the toilet while you're on break. You're gonna want to do that like after your break. Like I'm not even sure like how long after, but it's gonna be after your break. It's not gonna be during it. I absolutely hate it when businesses do that. It's like, do you not know how the human body works? It doesn't work like that. Let's grab doors. We don't need the furniture anymore. I also want two of these because in this particular one, if you're outside working, you're gonna want to come in and refuel your oxygen tanks. And we're gonna put more of them in the towers because if you're out here, you're probably eventually going to need to fill up your oxygen tank. And if somebody's at the one here, well, you're in trouble. You're gonna need like both of these. Like right there, right at the entrance, you can grab oxygen and be like go right back out. Perfect spot. Okay, doors. Now, because of the way doors work, I'm going to use this one. It would probably look better as like one of the others, like even this one. To be perfectly honest, yeah, let's do that one. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, no, we'll do that. We'll do this one on those. Okay, I don't really have a good idea for how to mark this, so for now we're just going to do a blue door there and a pink door there. I think you get the idea on which is which. And if you don't, you've got serious issues. You've got serious issues. I'm not sure what to do about the outside of this yet. Or what to do about the outside of it either. I'm also wondering, well, I don't have a shape for that. Because the only corner block we have is that one. I was thinking I wish I had like something like this. We do have somewhere. There it is. We do have the small one there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do about that railing. That railing's going to have that little slight overhang, which is kind of annoying here, but there's nothing I can do about that. Unless I push this out one to make it flush. If I did that, we could put another sink in here. I don't have the furniture blocks on me. No, that's actually right where that belongs. Yeah, okay. And then I could put another sink in there. Okay. Yeah, we'll change that. This still kind of blocks this window here. But, I mean, you got a hallway path right here. I can't put anything in these spots, though. So that's still an awkward spot, but... Okay, yeah, any kind of big constructor things is going to have to be against this wall. Because I'm thinking we put a universal constructor on one side, and then deconstructors on the other side. That's going to be only 2 deconstructors, but I'm not that concerned with it. Yeah, I'm not that overly concerned with it. So we can still put one large constructor here. I'm not even sure how big that thing is. I think it's like a 1x3. Or, sorry, not a 1x3, but a 2x3. I think it's 3 blocks long, but 2 blocks wide, 2 blocks tall. I think. I'm not exactly sure. The universal constructor I've never actually bothered with, because as far as I know, it doesn't give you access to anything you don't already have access to. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's 3 long, 2 tall, 2 wide. So that whole area is a 5 by 5. A 5 by 5? It's a 5 long. So that would fit perfectly in there. I still need to do a lot of decorating, but we know that will fit in there. And I'm thinking, like, what I want to do with this is we're gonna make it brick, except for these pillars. I'm thinking like stone or something, but I don't think we have a stone texture. Yeah, no, there's no stone texture. I think you have to have actual stone for that. But we're way out of time, so yeah, we got a lot more left to build on this, so it's just gonna take time, because building in this just takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of resources and everything. So yeah, we're getting there. Let's use God mode real quick and just kind of zoom out and see this thing, because oh my gosh, it is beautiful. We still got to finish that section of tunnel, but look at this. This looks amazing. Now, how are they getting resources in and out here, considering we got these pillars in the way? Yeah, good question. Good question. That's not something I thought about when I designed this. Okay, it said it's reconnected. Yeah, so yeah, this is where we are at with it. We're nearly done with the actual base of this. I forgot to do the whole railings and everything. Oh well. I still don't know why you would have railings here, but I think it's a cool idea. That would be right there. I'd want it in the corner, which would be this block. Well, I mean, that would be partially hidden. You wouldn't be able to see it. But we disrupt that. Anyway, yeah, I need to get off of here, get some sleep, because tomorrow is a work day for me, so yeah, back at it. And we will come back to this tomorrow evening, and maybe, well, I don't think we'll get done with it yet. We still got a lot of work. We've still got to, like, undo this. We gotta unmake it. So we gotta tear this down and move the core. I don't really know where I want the core yet. I don't think we're really done with what I had intended. There's more stuff I want to do. We still got to expand out the platform a little bit more so that we have landing area. And you know, this is another thing for Canfly 8385. If you just look at the size of the ship that we've been working on, granted we haven't touched it in a little while, compared to this and the platform, yeah, the platform's almost not big enough for it as is. So we got a lot of expanding to do with that. Unfortunately, because I put this guy right there as a completely separate build, it's kind of in the way, but we'll deal with it. Another thing we could do with all of the plant fiber is we could move it to that. We do have an entire section here. Let's just fly over here. We're in God mode, so who cares? We could do this entire section here with plant fiber. I don't know about that, but yeah. So yeah, we will continue on with it later. So let me get out of God mode. It'll wipe out God mode when we exit the game, so I'm not too worried about the fact that we were just using that. Plus, we weren't using it to do anything cheaty. We were just showing the base, so I hope you don't mind that. Again, this is a game where a lot of people don't say anything about actual like cheats and everything, because this game's got bugs everywhere. Yeah, what we just did there had nothing to do with bugs. It was just like we need to be able to like show everybody like what we've done here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we will be back to it tomorrow, maybe. Because I am starting to really rethink like doing this every single day. Though we got a long way to go on this base still. We got to finish these towers, and then there's other things I want to add, like garages and things, and blah 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 blah. You get the idea. We're far from done, so stick around and see where we go with this, and tell me what you've built here lately.